How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Now today we're finally going to be getting our Hyundai i10 engine put back together. We got the head back for the shop this morning and it's had quite a decent amount taken off of it, eh Dad?
It's had 8,000 taken off it.
Yeah, so this first picture it's had 1,500 taken off, right?
Yep.
The second one is when it's had 5,000 taken off and the last one is 8,000. So it's had quite a decent amount taken off.
It was fairly bananas, to be fair.
But we've got the gasket set, we've got a new thermostat, new water pump, we've got all the goodies to rebuild this engine.
All the good parts as well.
We've already tried flushing out as much of the casio as we can out of the block without doing a proper flush. So
But I think we've got the majority of
we've
it.
got the majority, yeah. The first thing we need to do is clean up this before we put any gaskets back on.
Absolutely. And I think when we get it back in the car, before we fill it with proper coolant,
Get a flush with water.
we'll get it running, we'll get it up to temperature with normal water, and then we'll drain that and refill it, flush it through again. And that should get whatever's left out of it. But yeah, like Charlie said,
Time to get it built back up.
we're going to clean up the block. Now Charlie's already made a wee start on it. This was just with Scotch pads he used, wasn't it?
Just a bit of Scotch pad.
But what we're going to do, just for quickness, I'm going to show him how to do it with a bit of WD-40 and a bit of wet and dry sandpaper, and then we'll get it done like that. And use a Scotch pad to finish it off. Right guys, there we go, the block's all cleaned up. Next up, I'm going to clean up the face for the timing cover. I think the guy at the engineering shop cleaned up the face on the head for me. Take a note of this number guys, if you are in this area. I'll also leave a link in the description. So Cambuslang Road in Glasgow, D Gilmore Engineering, really fast turnaround, really nice guy, done a great job in the head. I'll get it out of the car and show you it shortly. But yeah, check him out if you need any head work done, any machine work, he's the guy to go to. So like I said, we've gave the oily bits a quick clean. Just going to clean up this face now, and then we can blow out the head bolt holes. Always make sure you do that because you can't compress water and grease. And then we'll get the new head gasket on, and you can lift the head on.
Yeah.
Now that you're back for the snack shop again.
I only got a drink.
What, no snacks this time?
No snacks.
No
this time.
cake? Oh. I thought you were going to put the kettle on and make cake.
Why would I make cake?
Not buy cake, put the kettle on and make coffee. Right, let's crack on.
Right, so as Dad said, the guy over at D Gilmore Engineering does an awesome job with the top of the engine. He comes back and it's all nice and wrapped up so it doesn't get damaged. And when you look at it, it's so nice and clean and shiny. And he gives it back all nice and clean. All the metal shavings are out of it and it's ready literally just to put the gaskets on and slap it back on and get ready rebuilding it. So that's what we're going to do now. Hey.
Yep, we've got the gasket set there. I bought a whole head set just so we could get all the gaskets we needed. And it's a BGA gasket. Guys, I always use BGA gaskets. I never use the cheap stuff. It's the same with the water pump. We've got Febby water pumps, BGA thermostat, BGA bolts. I don't like using cheap stuff. Cheap stuff comes back to haunt you, so
This is the sponsor.
spend a little bit extra at AUTOPARTS. The guys up there will give you a good price on quality parts. So yeah, like Charlie said, we want to get this thing running today if we can, so get that head on. I'll Google the torque settings if they're not already in here. There is a leaflet in there and sometimes the torque settings are on it. I'll do some googling because we also need the torque settings for the cam caps. So I'll go and Google what they are
and I'll start putting this back together.
We'll torque the head down. Before I go buying new radiators and stuff, I want to test this one because the subscriber we got this car off of was in the comments and said that there was no water leaks, no signs of any leaks or anything. So I just want to double check this, and I can't seem to find anywhere round about here that tests them anymore. So I've got a ratchet jammed in this pipe, I've got the cap on, I'll put my finger over this bit. Well, Charlie can. I'll jam a rag with the tyre pressure gauge into this bit and we'll see if we can get a wee bit of pressure on it. And then Charlie's got some soapy water there. We're just going to spray over it and see if we get bubbles anywhere. Right guys, that was a really proper professional test, but if that had any major leaks I would have seen bubbles of some kind forming. So I think what we'll do is we'll rinse this radiator out and continue with it, fit it, see how we go. A radiator can be changed at a later date if we need to. But so far I'm not seeing any leaks and I've got the ratchet stuck. So yeah, I'll go and clean this up. And get my ratchet unstuck. So I've been online and I've got all the torque settings that we need. So Charlie's just gone over now and tightening all the head bolts to the first 15 Newton meters. Over to this one now. And obviously you do them in a pattern, you do the centre ones, then you go here, there. Sorry, that was for Charlie's benefit. Do your centre ones, then here, there, 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 and then your outer ones, and do them in a crisscross pattern so that the head tightens down evenly. Right, so next step we've got 90 degrees. And this is where you guys will all be shouting at us because none of us can find a degree gauge. I can't find mine, Oracle can't find his, Charlie's not got one. So we're going to have to use Charlie's right arm, left arm degree gauge. So yeah, we're going to have to use Charlie's keen eye to make sure he gets the right angle. It shouldn't be too hard. The first step's 90 degrees. Right, last stage, 120 degrees. Right guys, next up we're putting the camshafts in. Because they've been lying on the bench for a few days, we've give them a real good clean up. Well, Charlie's cleaned up this one, that one's still to be done. So this one's cleaned up, ready to go in. You want some lube. Now, we don't have any assembly lube here, so we're just going to use, none of the parts are brand new anyway. They've already been bed in, so we're just going to use some of this Drive Tech oil that we've got. And what you want to do, Charlie, you can watch this as well. On the bearing carriers, plop it in, but try and avoid the threads because oil doesn't compress. and then over the top of the rollers, the lifters, make sure there's plenty of oil on there, because the top of the engine is bone dry. Right, so that's your inlet cam. Lift your inlet cam in. Just line it up as close as possible so you're 180 degrees out. That's it. While you're cleaning that, I'll lube up these bearing caps. And then these go in the same, line that up with the eye on here. So we need your bearing caps. We'll start with the big one, the big main one, so we'll get that. Just clean up the inside of that as well. And I'll get some more lube on here. Set that one on. And then just put it finger tight. Is it on dowels, that one? I never noticed. I don't think it is it?
Mm-hmm.
It is on dowels. Guys, the tightening torques for these are a bit strange, so going from the information online, these two cam caps here, these get torqued to 10 Newton meters first, and then all the other ones go to 6. And for the second stage, these ones go to 22 Newton meters, and then everything else goes to 13. So all we can do is follow the instructions. You ready, Charlie? You set up? Right, these ones here go to 10 Newton meters. Don't go past 10. Right, tighten it up evenly. Go to that one there. No, that one there. Right. So let's tighten the rest of them down to 6. Wait a minute, Charlie. It is, aye, it's that one next, then this one, then that one, then this one. We're just going to throw the timing chain on while we're on time lapse, because this is another bit of a boring process. So basically, make sure your crankshaft lines are lined up. Make sure you bring the timing back, because these will have moved a little bit. So use a spanner on here to rotate these back when you put the chain on, and then just put all your guides back on again. A lot of people are scared of it. It's a lot easier than it looks. So we'll time lapse this quickly and get this on. Right guys, it's inlet manifold time and the sun's came out, so we've got the garage door open. Look at that, bright blue sky. Busy wee yard today. Micro looking fire as always.
It's a wash.
Charlie's just about to put the inlet manifold on. I'll hold this pipe for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just, it needs to go down below. See where that hose clip's catching? So watch this, that's that bit there that you get stuck on, so just be careful with that. Right, you got all your bolts for it?
Nope.
Nope.
How many screws is there?
That's all your inlet manifold stuff there, remember. I've got myself a wee wire brush just to clean out the injector holes. We'll give these a little blow with the airline as well. One of the keys to doing an engine build is just to make sure you keep everything clean. I mean, I know it's a lot different if you're building race cars and stuff like that and you've got really fine tolerances, and that's different. But if you're stripping and rebuilding your own engine at home to do like a head gasket or just replace some seals, it's not that bad, is it, Charlie? No. This is your first one, and how have you found it?
It's easy. It's like Lego.
It's not the end of the world, is it?
It's not the hardest engine though either.
It's just time. That's the biggest thing, time. Obviously, we're not in a rush. That'll do, Charlie. Obviously, we're not in a rush for this one. No, really, not a massive rush. But like, a garage would charge a fortune to do this. I'd hate to pay the labour in this. If I was a car dealer and I had to pay the labour for this, I'd probably just put the car back through the auction. But the fact that we do it all ourselves means that we can afford to do this. Next up, we'll lob the fuel rail back in, Charlie. So,
what are you?
I've cleaned it.
Charlie,
I've cleaned it the holes.
But you not got no seals for this.
No. So there is your oil. Put a wee tiny drop on each seal so that they slip in nicely. Don't pour it in the injector, just a wee bit on the seal. And then get a wee rub round with your fingers so that all the O-rings coated. And then in it goes, other way round, that's it. These can be a tight fit. Sometimes they just need a good wiggle.
Pat, can you grab a microfiber or a mallet or something?
What? I was joking about the hammer.
How? That would work.
No.
If you're gentle.
Right, one of the last pieces is the exhaust manifold. I'll hold that out of the way for you. Again, new gasket for this.
I got it.
I'll just hold it for you. Charlie's already cleaned up the head side. Cleaned up the manifold. Right, just put a stud in that corner to hold the gasket as well. I've got it. Right guys, you've seen us build the engine. It's sitting here ready to go in. All we've got to do now, get it off the stand, put the gearbox back on, and we're going to put it straight back into the little Hyundai. So hopefully, we want to get this done today. We want to see if we can get the first start done today and see if Charlie's first engine rebuild's been a success. So I'm going to put you on time lapse, some nice music, some B-roll clips. Let's batter in, we'll get this engine done. It's Friday, let's see if we can get this running before close of play on Friday. We'll get this video out for Sunday. And yeah, you confident, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be alright.
Yeah, let's get it in and get it done. Right guys, here we go. It's time for the first start. As you can see, we've got the engine back in. It's cleaned up a wee bit, battery's connected. I haven't put the air conditioning pump on yet, or the rads, because I'm waiting on a new belt coming tomorrow. But that's not going to stop us seeing if this will fire up first time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect the crank sensor first, because I don't want it getting I don't want it starting just now. I want to build up some oil pressure first. You ready, Charlie? You nervous?
No,
Make
really.
sure it's out of gear.
I'm positive I'm a good engine builder.
Good. Let's give it a first turn over with the key and see how it goes. that was a really good start. Right, crank sensor's disconnected. We'll just build up some oil pressure, turn it over. Right guys, here we go. First start of Charlie's engine. Go on Charlie, turn the key. Yes! Never doubted you, big man.
I know what I was doing.
Never doubted you.
I've done so many.
Right. Obviously there's no coolant in it, there's no alternator attached. Well, it's attached, it's just not being driven by a belt. So there we go guys. We'll get the rest of it built up. Right guys, as you can see, it's the next day, and the whole plan was to have this Hyundai finished yesterday. But unfortunately, we had a bit of a scare, didn't we?
A little bit of a scare.
We actually thought we were going to lose the unit, and it all started round here. So the little chimney was on, burning some cardboard, and for some reason, whether it was a gusty wind or whatever, I don't know, but it managed to catch fire to that bit of wood, which then caught fire to the trailer, which then caught fire to the interior, and before we knew it, the whole place was up, eh Charlie?
Yep.
So the flames, I'll put it, let me zoom out. You maybe get a wee bit of a better view now. This whole square was just fire, all the way up over the roof of my unit. And James came round for Oracle and said, Stevie, I think we've got a problem. I looked out and all I could see was fire and smoke. And then I looked through the fire and I seen the oxygen bottle, the gas bottle, the argon bottle. And all I could think was, we've had the unit a month and we're about to lose it. So obviously we've got the Hyundai there, the Nissan is there. I tried to move the van, but it was all locked up. So all we done, we just grabbed some hoses, didn't we? James phoned the fire brigade, and then, yeah, me and James were standing here with hoses. I was dousing it for this side, James was on that side, just trying to control the fire. And luckily enough, the fire brigade turned up, what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
I actually thought it'd take them a while to show up.
It seemed to be, it was quick for me, but yeah, they turned up. Within minutes they had it out.
Yeah, it was basically out with
It was almost out, but the trailer kept catching fire. But they got it out.
Memory foam and stuff in the seats that were sitting in the trailer.
Yeah. They got it out, they got it under control. No damage was done. The unit's okay. Blantyre Garage's unit's okay. Everything's all good. But yeah. The Hyundai starts, but we're actually a day behind now. Well, not a day behind, we're a few hours behind, so let's crack on. We'll get this front end back together. I've got the alternator belt now. We'll put the air conditioning pump back on. Shall we do this on time lapse again?
Yeah, we'll just get it cracked out, because it's probably not that fun watching.
And then hopefully we can drive this out of the unit today. But yeah, massive shout out to Strathclyde Fire and Rescue though, for getting here so quick and putting out the fire. Thanks for saving our unit. But yeah, let's not do that again, eh? Let's roll the time lapse. Right guys, there we go. The front end is completely back together. I've checked the oil, we've topped up the coolant again. Bumper's back on, headlights are back on. The only thing we need to do now is run it up to bleed the coolant and make sure the heater works, make sure the thermostat opens, make sure the fan's cut in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't overheat, eh big man?
Hopefully we don't blow the head gasket again.
Yeah, true. So what we need to do, we'll need to get it outside because it is going to be a bit smoky with the amount of coolant that was going through it. So we'll push it outside and we'll get it running and bleed the coolant system.
Right, there we go. We've gave the i10 a little test run and all the smoke is away now. It's idling nice, there's no knocks or no bangs, no misfires. The only thing I forgot to do was plug in the clocks. But that's easy, we'll get it in, we'll jack it up, I'll sort it out. But yeah, sounds good. Never blew up, it's holding coolant, so that's good. And yeah, first engine build went smoothly. Thanks guys for watching, hope you've enjoyed this. It's definitely been a good learning experience for me. Like, comment, subscribe and
join us on the next one.